Well, look who
What?
I've ran into.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello,
Hello, how you doing?
It's
Mr.
the man
John
who.
Billingsley.
Oh, okay. I was like, we've had so many people that needed no introduction, but they do. Yes.
Introduce away. You're
It's
seeing,
Dr. Phlox and so much more.
you're seeing me at my sweatiest and most grotesque. But
You had an adventure right before, so
just a small adventure. I don't know if I'd call it an adventure. I'd call it a mishap. Yes, I was going for a little walk. I thought I'd get a walk in before this event. And on the way back, I stepped in a little hole and I twisted my ankle.
Ooh.
So I I hopped back home. So
Your own encounter with the black hole, the wrong kind. The worst
Yeah.
kind. Yeah.
yes, it's horrible to get to the age where it's just like the simplest thing. It's like I hurt myself opening a mayonnaise jar. Growing old.
But you're here now, and
I am here now.
you know,
I wish
and
I
this
had a
that just makes
green
it.
beverage like you have. What are you drinking there?
That's
Is that a
quick.
grasshopper?
It's a no. I'm trying to think of an alien Star Trek drink for a green drink that's escaping me at the moment. I've all the
Vulcan
blue
blood.
ones. I know.
It's a
Thank
Vulcan
you.
blood
Is
martini.
it a watermelon?
Okay,
tea?
it's a Vulcan blood extract. There we go.
And what
It's a
what earthly
Chicago
liquors
special.
would be in that? I want vicariously through your cocktail.
Well, do I tell the prop recipe or do I tell the no?
I want the actual booze. Is it gin based, vodka based? Tell.
It's 7-Up and green food coloring.
Oh, that's a bit of a
Good
letdown.
idea.
I'm
Bit of a letdown. That doesn't exactly send me hurrying to my bar cart, Larry.
Okay, John. I had my quartz glass here with rum and diet in it. Is that better? Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Whatever patina of sophistication you might have had in my eyes, you have blown.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
It's all patina.
Jeez.
No, come on. Okay. Through hell and high water, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it back.
I am glad I made it back as well. Thank you.
But thank you for
Whoops,
helping us launch the Emperor Generations.
You're freezing a little bit on me there, Larry.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I said I'm just glad you made it back to help us launch the Improvised Generations virtual. That's what this party is about, and join us here in hour 2.
Happy to be here.
So I know you love to talk about how Dr. Phlox and your Star Trek experience was. You were on the failed show.
To say, I know you love to talk, and I'm really glad you let that sentence continue on because that would have been. I know you love to talk.
I'm guessing we have lots of Star Trek veterans watching the party right now, so I didn't think that was an issue either way. Yeah, people know what they know.
Well, unless you've seen me on a panel with Dominic Keating, in which case you'd think, boy, that boy never opens his mouth. True for anybody who's on a panel with Dominic Keating. Is Dominic Keating here tonight?
No.
Whoosh. Okay, good. So I can insult him freely. I can make fun of Dominic Keating to my heart's content, is what you're saying.
We want you to, but we also want to hear what you're up to since that little failed show ended so long ago. But the 20th anniversary is next year, though.
Oh my God! 20 years since it started, or 20 years since it ignominiously crept away with the tail between its legs. I used to call it the show that killed the franchise, but now, of course, every time you turn on the television, it's a Star Trek show. There's nothing on television except Star Trek. So CSI, Star Trek, NCIS, Star Trek, Star Trek this, Star Trek that.
We should be so lucky to get a Star Trek CSI. I would eat that up. Seriously.
I tell you. Well, there you go. There's your pitch.
How about a Star Trek West Wing?
Yes, please.
I'm kind of done right now. Time out with Star Trek. Not any shows on the air right now.
We do have a lot of shows on there. That is a good point. But we're talking, 5-10 years. Like, we can refill the Star Trek shows.
It's like the history of the Egyptian pharaohs, like the 18th dynasty, 1500 years of Star Trek.
You need your with your pinky out.
I just read the most wonderful book. Has anybody ever read the Egyptologist by Arthur Phillips?
No.
I have to know.
Such a good novel.
Is it fiction or what is it? Oh, okay.
It's a novel about I don't want to give too much away, about a gentleman who believes that he can prove that an obscure, supposedly mythological Egyptian king actually existed. And he goes off to find the tomb. But he himself is perhaps a bit of a fabulist, and misadventures ensue. It's beautifully written book.
Cool.
He also wrote a great book called Prague wonderful writer, Arthur Phillips.
Well, why don't we save that for the Dr. Phlox Book Club hour? Because what I want you to talk about this go round is what is occupying so much of your life these days. Your good works out there that I know.
Yes, I am the president of the board of an organization called the Hollywood Food Coalition, which has been around for about 33 years. And our mission is to try and address food insecurity in Los Angeles, and by extension, to model ways that other communities can address food insecurity. So we do a number of different things. For many, many years, we have provided a hot 5-course meal to all comers 7 nights a week, largely taking care of people who are experiencing homelessness. We serve a 5-course now, sadly, to-go meal. And we also provide an array of other services, which, again, in the COVID world, unfortunately, are a little bit more circumscribed. But at our peak, we hand out shoes and tents and sleeping bags and clothing and bus passes and laundry vouchers, and we try and hook people up to other social service organizations. And additionally, I'm getting pretty good at this elevator pitch.
You are.
It befits the president.
Or it's a turbo lift pitch here, I guess.
Turbo lift. Well, yeah, it's a long L. It's a big building. The other thing we started doing is that because we now rescue so much food, we have started sharing the food that we ourselves cannot use in our kitchen with between 20 and 40 other not-for-profits and community groups. So our food goes out to help other programs. We work with organizations that take care of people who are experiencing youth homelessness. We take care of people who are living in alcohol and drug rehabilitation facilities, women's shelters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're hoping to expand that capacity as we grow. So that's a lot of what I do. And we have one last thing that's kind of an adjunct that is really cool. We collaborate with an organization called Hang Out Do Good, Hodge. 650 participating families make beautiful sack lunches every Sunday. 7 elements in a sack lunch, great sandwiches and chips and cookies and sodas and what have you. They are all delivered in a caravan to our home base, where they are sorted by category and distributed to 29 community groups who fan out all over the city and spread them out to people who are living in homeless encampments. So we share about 5,000 sack lunches every Sunday. And that's a program my wife runs.
That's you guys. Now, here's the thing. We've got people all over the world watching us right now, and this is LA based, and you're serving the LA community. And of course, and we've got some contacts coming up here. People can see how to get a hold. Is that, I mean, I guess you're speaking like wherever you live. I mean, I guess you could take a donation from wherever.
Yes,
but it's globally, it's an issue that needs addressing too.
Absolutely. We could take a donation, of course, and that would be lovely. And thank you for supporting us. But, you know, the bigger picture, COVID is doing some obviously dreadful things in the world. But one of the things that is also doing it is knocking people who have spent generations climbing up rungs on a ladder to get to the point where they could at least count on being able to feed their families, knocking them down a rung all over the world. Global hunger is increasing at an extraordinary clip. It's not, I think, going to be quite as fully recognized for another year, but we are in for very, very dark times ahead. And here in America, even before COVID, approximately 1 in 6, arguably 1 in 5 children is food insecure, which doesn't mean they necessarily go hungry, but it means that they don't have access to good food. They're not sure that they're going to eat that day. They're not going to be able to eat enough that day. They might live in a food desert. The quality of the food is in question in the richest country in the world. So there is a way for you to get involved in your community. I know there is, because there are a lot of people out there who give a damn about this. And I'd happily entertain any questions that people might have about how to do it. But I would say first, start and see what's out there, and find some like-minded souls and see if you can pitch in. And it's only one cause. I mean, I'm a great believer that, you know, everybody should figure out what it is in their community that might need doing and do it, because we're not going to get a lot of help from the federal government for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
But listen, we are here at the top of the hour. We've got some more folks we're going to meander over to and see, but I'm so glad. I didn't mean for you to put yourself out to such a physical extent there.
This is silly. I was going for a walk. I was not even a walk. It was a stroll. It was an amble. I just happened to step in a hole. And
we understand.
John, I must request that you send yourself directly to sickbay. Okay. Get that checked out. Get that taken care of.
I will.
Physician, heal thyself.
I will indeed. I'm going to have one of those green beverages that you
I'll just sit. I'll
Yes,
just.
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for joining us, John. It's so great to meet you, and so amazing to hear about all of this incredible work that you're doing.
Oh,
and folks, take a look at the screen, and you can take a screen grab. We'll have all of his links and everything that he mentioned with these organizations will be up on the screen in just a minute.
Cool. Thank
John,
you, guys.
Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Good luck with the project.